Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be taking a look at the premium Bandai high grade Gundam the Origin Rollout color. Yes, this is a premium Bandai and it's gonna be a little bit hard to get your hands on, but there's always bootleg of it, so you can find it on Gundam Central if you would like.
Looking at the box here, this isn't my first time building a PBandai. First time building a PBandai kit is actually when I built my Master Grade Stormbringer Gundam, and after that I built the Master Grade Impulse EX. This will make it my third time building a PBandai, but those kits are kind of the exception. Those are more like special kits, more ground up kit. I'll call this like one of the more lazy PBandai, but I feel like in the case of this kit, this should be what PBandai is for, and I argue that the kits like the Master Grade Stormbringer and the Master Grade Impulse EX shouldn't be PBandai, but oh well. So taking a look at the box here, the very generic front box art, at least, you know, honestly better than some of the other ones I've seen. You know, some of them just straight up have the Gundam or like the mobile suit in this corner, and like just some lazy edit effects in the background. But this one I at least have like proper photograph with the anime logo, and I guess this mobile suit is from the MSD, the Mobile Suit Discovery. I never quite understand the difference between all the different MSD, MSV, yeah, like Mobile Suit Discovery, Mobile Suit variation. At least they get some cool designs coming out of them. The HG logo is on this corner along with Gundam the Origin. What's really interesting is mostly everything on this box is English. Of course, yes, there are Japanese on there, but a lot of it is English. Like you know, on this side is English, and on this is English too. Really interesting that, you know, PBandai is really hard to get outside of Japan. It's a little bit easier in Asia, but like in the US it's kind of hard to get. Well, it's not as hard as before, but like it's just more expensive. And the name of this kit is, of course, again, the RX782 Gundam Rollout color, and this is the Gundam the Origin version of the RX78. Going to the side here again, I really don't like that a lot of PBandai box, they just don't have any of the cool illustration or like photographs of the kits on the side like most regular box. Let's say I pull another kit here. It's the high grade Gundam Double Command Quant Desert type here. You know what I'm talking about. It's like there's RDs on the side. They have like extra photos and poses and like illustration or information about the kits on the side. It's just, you know, when you go to a store and like you pick up a kit like this, you look at the outside box, you're like, wow, this is actually like so interesting. Like this is what I'm gonna get in the box. This is what you know, the finished product is gonna can look like. But you know, in the case of these PBandai boxes, you don't really get that, and it's a little bit disappointing. Well, you know, partly because these PBandai boxes are like limited order only, so you know, it's not like you go into a PBandai store physical location, you pick up one of these boxes like, wow, you know, like, and like they'll have like a bunch of these on display, and like, you know, that's if then so then they'll probably put more effort into making these boxes. But since all of these are mostly just online, you know, limited orders, they cut costs on just not putting as much effort into the box. And you know what? They probably don't put that much effort into making the kits either, because in the case of this kit, it's just literally just 90% of it is the regular high grade Gundam the Origin that came out all the way back in, I don't know, like 2019, 2018. I could totally be wrong, but I think that's the time frame that I remember. I don't have the high grade RX78, the normal kit of it, to compare to this, but I'll throw up some pictures later in the you know, when you see the actual kit. Basically identical except for some armor detail. But yeah, let's enough with the box, and let's look into the actual kit itself.
So showing you guys here, I do have more PBandai kits that I can review. So right here I have the Real Grade Destiny Impulse Gundam, the high grade Gundam G05, the high grade Gundam Pixie, and the high grade Lord of Stray Omega. These are the only PBandai kits I have, but if you want a review of them, please let me know down in the comments, and I'll try to push them out. And this is also my backlog as of current. I say current because I think when I filmed this video of the backlog, it was like 2 weeks ago, and as of now my backlog has changed. So I'll post a video, I'll post a picture of it right here. It has grown just a little bit bigger, But yeah, if you want a review of any of these kits, just please comment down below. And fair warning, I don't think I'll be able to do reviews of bigger kits in my current living condition because my room is very small and my setup isn't really the most professional. What I'm just trying to say is I want to make better looking videos for those bigger kits, like, you know, the ZZA Blue Flame, the SNAA Martial Emperor. I also have the SNAA Blade King as well, but you know, those are really big kits and I'm a little bit afraid to review them because I don't have the best filming studio right now, so let's just say that. Alright, so before we continue to the actual review of the kit, I do want to educate myself on what this design is and potentially you guys, the viewer, on what it is as well, because I don't think this is a that well-known thing. So initially I thought it's like there must be some crazy lore behind the rollout color. So upon searching up RX782 Gundam rollout color, you are just going to get the HG as the result, you know, like right here, like nothing related at all to any kind of lore. Even, you know, on the Gunpla wiki, it's just gonna talk about the kit. Keep in mind the Gunpla wiki and the Gundam wiki is different. Second link here, you're still only gonna find the PBandai ordering website. The videos are just talking about the kit itself. So in order to learn more about it, or just even seeing the artwork of it, you have to go to the Gundam wiki, you have to go to the RX78-2 Gundam page, and then you have to go to the origin module of it. And essentially what I understand about the rollout color is just basically the middle type of the Gundam the Origin RX78 in a different color and a different head. Again, it's nothing crazy, it's not no crazy lore, it's just how the color of it looks straight out the factory, I guess. I assume that's what the rollout color means. But that being said, now we will move on to the actual review of the kit, and I will tell you a few reasons why you should buy this kit. The official PBandai or the bootleg of it, I know there's a bootleg of it now, and yes, it's gonna have to do with something with the connection that is just basically just the middle type with a different color. Just some size comparison, here it is next to the high grade RX782, next to the high grade Mark II, my high grade modded Perfect Strike, my high grade also modded Wing Hono, the Master Grade Impulse EX, and the Daban Estrella right here. And here's all the accessories you're gonna get. Okay, now taking a closer look at the accessories. The first accessories I want to show you, the bazooka. Honestly, nothing too special, but you know, pretty nice detail, pretty good part separation. The only bad thing about it is just it is hollow on the inside here. That's the only thing I don't like about it. The front scope is, you know, this entire scope is one piece by itself. You're gonna have to either paint the scope right here, or you're gonna have to put in the sticker. The front barrel is hollowed out. That is a good case of parts should be hollowed out. Looks pretty good. The handle can move down this much and up that much. So not too much, but honestly, having some movement is better than none. This little handlebar up here can also flap up and down. I'm not too sure what the purpose or function of this would be even in the real world, but oh well. Moving on then to the middle type beam rifle. So this is the beam rifle that most of us are more familiar with, or the RX78, the one we see it with the most often. For the most part, it looks really nice. It's just really weirdly, it has this hinge joint here. I know it's for plugging it into the butt flap to as storage or onto the shield, but you know, I would really honestly rather not have this because it just looks plain ugly in my opinion. Without it, it will look fantastic, like this covered up with regular details or just no detail at all. It still look better. It will look more like an actual gun than a toy, but you know, since this is HG and this is Gunpla, you know, at the end of the day it is toy, so you can't complain too much. It does have a secondary handle that can move left and right. The scope can also move left and right. And the nice thing about the scope is this yellow piece inside here is its own piece, so you don't have to put sticker. And back here it is not hollow, so it seems like they dropped the ball just a little bit for the bazooka, but that's alright. Here is the early type shoulder cannon. Most of it is just two-piece slapped together. You do get 2 point of movement, get one big swinging hinge joint. I think this is a hinge joint. Is this a hinge joint? I'm not too sure, but get a joint right here. This peg down here is used to plug into the shoulder. I'll show you that in just a bit when I show you the different configuration that you can put the Gundams into. Moving on to the hands, they're nothing special, but you know, at least having open hands in an HG kit is pretty appreciated. They're pretty rare nowadays, but even still, I kind of find these open hands a little bit ugly just because the way they're like sculpted. When you think of like open hands for Gundam in poses, you think of it something like this, but you know, this hand is more like like that, and you know, at least we have something here, but it just looks a little bit ugly in my opinion. You do get 2 trigger finger hands. This one right now on the Gundam that's holding on to the early type beam rifle. Honestly, looks really sick. You can definitely tell this is something looks a little bit less refined, something like almost like a prototype. You know, compared to the metal type beam rifle. It's bigger, you know, they didn't really figure out how to properly downscale it yet, or like where to store the ammo. I'm not too sure actually where the Gundam actually takes, how the Gundam actually fires his weapon. I think the beam rifle draws energy directly from the Gundam reactor itself. That's why the metal type beam rifle will looks like this. But in the early type, this is the beam rifle cartridges, I don't know, fuel container right here. Coincidentally, this is also where the secondary handle is, flips up right here. And the scope also, again, very nice with its own yellow piece in there. The back is not hollow and it can swing side to side. It does have another scope right here, but it's represented by just an indent detail. You are provided a sticker for that, so put it on if you like. I don't, so I'm gonna leave it off. So that is all the accessories that the kits tell you about, and these are pretty much the leftovers, which you can see is a lot. You can pretty much build the regular high-grade RX782 Gundam the Origin version in here. You're provided the early type and the middle type front chest armor. Basically almost the entire head, just missing the eyes and the faceplate, but you can pretty much resin cast that really easily, and you will have basically just a free head to use on whatever you want. You're provided with the thighs armor to convert it to the early type or middle type. Bicep armor as well. I'm not too sure. I think these are part of the I don't know if this is part of the original high grade Gundam the Origin. Might be more for the gym line, the gyms kits though. These wrist gun. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and convert this into the different configuration, and I'll take pictures and tell you about it rather than just showing it piece by piece. So as you can see, with all the leftover parts, you can either turn into the rollout type, the early type, or the middle type. Onto the articulation, and honestly, in my opinion, this is probably the second best RX-78 behind the G40, and I do have the G40. It's just in stores right now. In my opinion, the G40 is the best RX-78-2, or the high grade RX-78-2. The Origin comes in a close second. The head can look up all the way that much. It has a total of 3 joints, 1 ball joint deep in the chest right here, another hinge joint. I think that's a hinge joint. It's a C-clip joint, but I don't know what the name of the joint is. Most of you looking back and up and down, it's gonna come from this joint. There's gonna be another ball joint right here that allows it to look all the way up, and you don't even need the ball joint up there for a 360 rotation. The side to side is honestly non-existent. This kit traded all its side to sides for looking up and down. Just one annoying part is that the ball joint deep down in the chest here is just, I don't know if it's an issue on mine, but it's just super loose. The shoulder can rotate vertically all the way with no hindrance. The shoulder can raise the shoulder within this shoulder joint, which is like, I guess mostly your, how do I say it, like your outer shoulder joint, can go up this much, and combined with the shoulder with this joint inside the chest can go up that much. So that is the maximum shoulder raise. and it can go down this much. Not that I don't think you ever need this, but you know, it's there if you need it. The bicep can rotate 360. It has a 180 degree bend. Oh, and the beam saver fell off. That's one thing to mention. These beam sabers fall very easily, so for the duration of the review, I'm just gonna keep them off. The wrist can rotate, fold inward this much, outward that much. Not a lot of back and forth range of movement for the wrist is just not that much, honestly. So if you're looking to have a lot of dynamic pose involving the wrist, you might want to look into modding or having another kit's wrist in. The torso is one of this kit's main selling point, because look at this beautiful ab crunch. Holy shit! It can basically achieve this by just its joints up here and just this joint in here in its own torso. Oh, this kit doesn't have a core block system, which I really like. I hate the RX782 with the core block system. I will be the first one to say it. If you ever heard that opinion before, I don't like the core block system in my RX782 kit. Not in a way that like they incorporate it into the kit, like you know, like with the master grade, the perfect grade, the real grade. I'm happy with the I'll be happy with it as a parts formation, as just a separate jet outside, but don't make that shit fit into the kit itself, because most of the time it just ends up hindering the kit's articulation, the ab crunch. You can also pull the whole torso up a little bit, because there's a ball joint here, and that acts as just as a regular ball joint. You can, with that ball joint alone, you can go forward that much, backward a lot actually, side to side. Similar case with the head. The torso cannot bend side to side that much. The front skirt can flap up. Both of them can flap up all the way. The side skirt is pretty much limited by the chunky torso, the chunky waist. The butt flap is a singular piece, so you're not going to be able to move that. The hips has a drop down, or like a swinging gimmick, similar to the one you see in like the Moon Gundam. Can kick up all the way that much, which is honestly not a lot honestly, but you know, it gets the job done perpendicular to the ground, which is pretty much good enough for most poses. You can go backwards that much. I mean, yeah, if you swing the hip forward, it can go back that much. The split, pretty much the perfect split. And here is the leg bend, just looks super beautiful. Watch this. Oh, you see how that okay, first off, it does get a full 180 degree bends, but just look at that beautiful knee armor separation. Let's look at that one more time. Ready? Oh shit! Oh, this is so beautiful. That's why this kit is second behind the G40. Oh man, just so beautiful. The ankle can tilt outwards that much, tilt inward this much, which is really good for an RX782. Cannot go forward. Yeah, cannot go forward at all. Can go backward this much only. All this movement comes from a singular ball joint right here. There's, unlike most HG, it does like that has like the ball joint and another joint up here right here. This is only one ball joint, so this is all you're gonna get, but it's honestly really good and it can pull off most poses that you demand it of. So this is the final form that I'll be having this kit in. It is just basically the middle type body here. Honestly, I really like this kit. I really do. The more I look at it, the more I play around with it, put it into different poses, the gray color just really grows on me. It just looks great in all these poses. Like right here, I'm trying to show you how the legs just look so natural. The ab crunch does phenomenal work. The only critique is just these ankles that aren't the most solid, and they can cause the kit to fall forward or backwards in some of the poses, so just do be careful with that. Buy this kit if you can, the original PBandai or the knockoff, you know, whichever one. If you can find the PBandai, get that. If you're not, then there's always the knockoff of it. So whichever one you want, I really do highly recommend this kit. I don't know how great the knockoff is, but you can use this review as an anchor point if you want. So yeah, thank you for watching the video and sticking around to the end. Hopefully I'll be able to make another review soon. I'll be getting busy with school again, so who knows, but I'll do my best at putting something out. If there's anything you want me to review in specific from my backlog, do comment it down below, or else I'm just gonna do a review on whatever I feel like it. So thank you for watching. I'll see you again. Goodbye.